Have you ever wondered why, despite eating well, exercising regularly, and doing everything right, your legs still feel weaker over time? Why each step seems harder than before? Why getting up from a chair now takes more effort than it used to? Is it really just age catching up with you? Or could something else be quietly working against you? You might be surprised to find out it's not always about what you're not doing. Sometimes it's about something you've been doing all along without realizing how harmful it actually is. A silent mistake that many older adults make every single day, often with full confidence that they're making the right choice. That confidence usually comes from a lifetime of being told that fruit is natural, healthy, and good for you. And for the most part, that's true. But here's the reality no one talks about. Not every fruit is a good fit for older adults. In fact, some of the fruits we eat regularly without a second thought could slowly be weakening our legs, worsening knee pain, aggravating arthritis, and making mobility more difficult. These are fruits that are often marketed as healthy but can have hidden downsides, especially as we age. These effects can subtly disrupt your balance and reduce leg strength over time. As we get older, our bodies change. Blood flow slows, metabolism shifts, and foods that once supported our health can actually start to harm us. Some fruits, though they taste sweet and appear harmless, are high in acids, sugars, and compounds that can spike blood sugar, trigger inflammation, and gradually wear down our joints and muscles. The worst part: this damage doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly, almost invisibly. It might not be obvious until one day you feel a sudden sharp pain in your calf, a lingering tightness in your thigh, or a strange stiffness in your knee after just a short walk. Today, we're revealing the 7 fruits that are most harmful for people over 60, especially if you want to protect your legs from long-term pain, injury, and weakness. These fruits may look innocent, but don't let appearances fool you. Once you hear the truth, you'll never look at your fruit bowl the same way again. So stick with me to the end. And hey, if you truly value your strength and want to keep your legs pain-free and strong, maybe this is the sign your body's been waiting for. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications if you're serious about your health, because this is where we uncover the facts nobody else dares to share. I'd love to know if you're with me on this journey. If this video speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Sometimes we don't realize how important our health is until we do. Let's kick things off with the first fruit on our list. It's often praised for its anti-inflammatory properties, but for older adults, it might be doing more harm than good. We're talking about pineapple. This tropical, juicy fruit is refreshing and known to perk up your senses. Thanks to a compound called bromelain, it's been promoted for years as a natural anti-inflammatory. But here's the twist. While many believe it helps fight inflammation, that might not be the full story. The hidden issue for older folks is that pineapple is quite acidic and naturally high in sugar. And those sugars aren't as harmless as you might think, especially if you're over 60. As we age, our blood vessels become thinner and more sensitive. They just don't respond to blood sugar spikes the way they used to. And while pineapple does have health benefits, it also delivers a powerful dose of natural sugar straight into your bloodstream. That means it can cause a sharp rise in blood glucose levels. And for those tiny veins that supply blood to your legs and feet, that sugar surge can be tough on them. Over time, poor circulation means less oxygen reaches your lower limbs. And you know what that leads to? Pain, fatigue, and swelling. Even after a short walk, you may feel a dull ache in your legs, stiffness in your knees when standing, or random ankle pain even after sitting all day. And because pineapple is not just sweet but also acidic, it can irritate joints, especially if you're already dealing with inflammation. For those with arthritis, that joint pain in your ankles, hips, and knees can feel like it's burning from the inside out. Some people even describe their legs feeling heavier after eating pineapple, like their strength is quietly slipping away. And if you're taking medications, especially blood thinners, you should know that bromelain, the enzyme in pineapple, can interact with some drugs, either amplifying or reducing their effect. The real danger: there's no clear warning sign. Pineapple won't hit you with immediate pain or symptoms. It creeps in subtly until one day you realize your movement just isn't what it used to be. And the saddest part is many older adults have no idea that the fruit they eat for their health may be contributing to the slow decline in leg strength year after year. So what can you do? You don't need to hate pineapple, but you do need to be aware and speak up, especially if you've experienced this yourself. If you've been struggling with unexplained leg pain or swelling, the cause may not be obvious, but it's real. And if a fruit like pineapple, praised for anti-inflammatory properties, can be harmful to aging legs, what about the next one? It's soft, sweet, and famous for supporting muscle strength and potassium levels. But don't be fooled. Let's talk about the second fruit, bananas, the sweet muscle helper that's packed with potassium. Bananas are often seen as a perfect snack known for boosting energy and helping prevent cramps. They do support muscles, but things work differently for older adults. Bananas are loaded with natural sugars and easily digested carbs. That means your blood sugar jumps right after eating them and your body may start resisting insulin. When that happens often enough, blood flow weakens, inflammation rises, and your legs pay the price. You might notice dull pain when walking or climbing stairs, heaviness in your legs after meals, or stiffness in your knees. And it doesn't stop there. Bananas also cause your body to retain more water, especially if you have heart issues. That can lead to stiff joints, swollen legs, and puffy ankles. The impact isn't obvious right away. You think you're eating for muscle support, but over time it may actually wear your strength down. The worst part, it doesn't hit you all at once, but gradually bananas can make movement harder and discomfort more frequent. If your legs often feel heavy, achy, or swollen, maybe it's time to take a closer look at what's on your fruit plate. Bananas may not be as friendly as they look. Sure, they're small, cute, and known for supporting muscles, but they might also be messing with your joints. And now, let's talk about the third fruit, grapes. They may be tiny, juicy, and easy to snack on, but grapes pack a surprising inflammatory punch. With all their antioxidants and heart-healthy reputation, most people have no idea what else they might be doing. Grapes can trigger joint stiffness, leg aches, and even inflammation. Why? Because they're high in fructose, a type of sugar that goes straight to your liver, where it's converted into fat and uric acid. When your liver can't keep up, trouble starts, especially in the toes, ankles, and knees. That uric acid builds up in joints, causing a burning sensation, swelling, and a dull pain that can make even a light walk feel like a struggle. Ever had a sharp sudden pain in your big toe in the middle of the night? Or maybe tightness in your calf muscles that seems to come out of nowhere? A handful of grapes might be all it takes to spike uric acid levels. And chronic inflammation gets worse with fructose, slowing your movements, increasing pressure, and causing overall stiffness. Grapes are dangerously easy to overeat. Tiny bites that add up fast. Before you know it, you've popped 20 in one sitting. Just 3 handfuls and sugar piles up fast. So, while grapes seem like a harmless, healthy snack, they might secretly be reducing your flexibility and making your legs feel less comfortable as you age. Now that you know what might be hiding behind that sweet taste, let's move on. If you're a grape lover and notice your stiffness and swelling getting worse, there's more to uncover. Next up is another colorful, juicy fruit, one that looks like pure hydration but might actually be pure trouble. Don't be fooled by appearances. It might look like water, but it acts like sugar on the inside. Let's talk about watermelon, our fourth fruit, the hydration imposter. Watermelon is light, refreshing, and the picture of summertime. It's supposed to hydrate you, right? It's low in calories, full of water, and seems totally harmless. But here's the secret. Its glycemic index is sky high. That means watermelon sends your blood sugar soaring, just like candy. And older adults are especially vulnerable to damage from repeated sugar spikes, especially in the legs. Let's break it down. When your blood sugar rises fast, your body pumps out insulin. But as we age, insulin regulation weakens, which leads to inflammation, especially in areas where circulation is already poor, like your calves, ankles, and knees. You might feel fatigue in your legs soon after eating, or just a general discomfort that's hard to pin down. A simple walk can suddenly feel like a hike when your ankles swell up. Watermelon might seem light, but it can act like a sneaky little trap, slowly wearing your legs down. Most people eat a lot of it. It's juicy, cold, and delicious. But one slice becomes 2, then 3, and that means more sugar, more inflammation. It fools you into thinking you're just hydrating, but really your blood sugar is spiking and your legs are taking the hit. So, the real question is, does watermelon really hydrate older adults? Or does every sweet bite make movement harder? If watermelons are regular on your plate and your legs have felt more tired lately, it might be time to reconsider. Let's move to another fruit: cherries. In moderation, they help lower uric acid and can ease joint pain from gout or arthritis. Might look small and harmless, but they're packed with natural sugars that can spike your blood sugar quickly, especially if you eat a handful at a time. For people over 60, this can quietly fuel inflammation in the joints, making your legs feel heavier, stiffer, and more prone to swelling. Even though cherries contain some anti-inflammatory compounds, the high sugar content can outweigh the benefits if you're sensitive to blood sugar changes. Plus, overeating cherries can contribute to sudden stiffness or cramping in the knees, ankles, and hips. If you often feel achy after a sweet snack, those handfuls of cherries might be part of the hidden reason. Let's move to another fruit, one we all associate with vitamin C, immune boosts, breakfast juice, and health, but it might be a quiet culprit in joint pain for seniors. Let's talk about oranges, the fifth fruit in this acidic ambush. Oranges smell fresh, taste amazing, and are everywhere, from juice to supplements to your morning meal. They're known for helping your immune system thanks to vitamin C, but for older adults, especially those over 60, there's a downside hiding behind the citrusy glow. Citrus acid, the same thing that gives oranges their signature tang, may not be so friendly to aging joints. Even though it sounds harmless, it can seriously irritate joints, especially if you're already dealing with stiffness or inflammation. If arthritis hits you in the morning, you might wake up with stiff knees, persistent hip pain, or that tight leg feeling after sitting for a while. It gets harder to move, and swelling increases. You might assume it's just age, but that daily glass of orange juice might be contributing to the pain you're trying so hard to fight. Citric acid doesn't just impact your stomach. It enters the bloodstream, and that can worsen inflammation throughout the body. It can damage joints and soft tissue, and combined with the fruit's natural sugar, can also cause blood sugar swings. The result: widespread inflammation, making every step feel heavier and more painful from knees to ankles to calves. Oranges might be fine for the young, but in older bodies, they can quietly stir up trouble in joints already worn down by time and poor circulation. The hardest part: you still believe it's helping. Oranges have been tied to good health for so long that it's tough to accept they might actually be doing more harm than good, at least for your joints. So, what's next? The next fruit looks tidy, green, crisp, and low in sugar. People assume it's a safe pick, but inside it might be the reason behind your nighttime leg cramps, stiff knees, and aching hips. Let's talk about green apples, the eighth fruit on this list, and a surprising secret cause of leg pain. They look clean and crisp, but there's more going on. A lot of older adults see green apples as a healthier option. They're less sweet, feel like a low-sugar snack. What could go wrong? But green apples might actually contribute to fatigue, joint stiffness, and leg pain. The two main culprits: malic acid and natural sugars. Let's start with malic acid. It's what gives green apples their tart flavor. Great for younger people, but not so gentle on aging digestive systems. As we age, our gut lining becomes more sensitive, and malic acid can irritate both the stomach and soft tissues, including your joints. Some older adults experience sharp hip or thigh pain. Others feel a subtle burning in the feet or tightness in the knees. It doesn't happen overnight, but over time, that acid builds up and pain becomes more frequent. Now, let's talk sugar. Even though green apples aren't as sweet as red ones, they still contain natural sugars. For seniors with slower metabolisms, even this sugar can cause spikes and crashes in blood sugar. The result: tired calves, nighttime cramps, morning stiffness, or weak legs when climbing stairs. And here's the tricky part: green apples are often eaten raw as a quick snack or even right before bed. So, your body is constantly dealing with the effects. They look healthy and refreshing, but they may be quietly making walking harder, joints stiffer, and nights more uncomfortable. And as our bodies age, they get even more sensitive to sweet fruits like mangoes. Simple, beloved, and packed with sugar. Let's talk about what might just be the real sugar bomb of fruit: the mango. Soft, juicy, and super sweet. It's a summer favorite, but for older adults with joint pain or leg issues, mangoes might be the most problematic fruit on the list. Why? Because they contain a lot of natural sugar. Not just a little, but a full-on sugar surge that sends your blood sugar skyrocketing. If you're young and active, your body can handle the spike. But after 60, your metabolism changes. A big insulin response followed by a drop leads to deep inflammation, especially in your joints and more so in soft tissue areas like the ankles, hips, and knees. This can be even worse if you have nerve sensitivity. You might feel burning in your toes, persistent tingling, swelling around your feet in the evening, or that creeping heavy feeling in your legs. Mango tastes light and refreshing, nothing like a full meal. But it's easy to overeat. And the more you eat, the worse it gets. That light feeling is deceiving. The sugar sends your body into overdrive. Over time, it can lead to joint pain, slower movement, and wobbly walking. Many older adults eat mango thinking it's a natural treat. And it is natural. But natural doesn't always mean safe, especially for those with poor circulation or aging joints. So, there you have it. Despite all the health buzz, these 8 fruits can secretly work against you after 60. But here's the good news. Some fruits actually help. They fight inflammation, support joint health, and keep your legs feeling strong. Let's shift gears and talk about the fruits that heal. Older adults just need to make the right fruit choices. When you eat the right ones, you're not just getting full. You're helping your body recover. First up, berries. Think raspberries, blueberries, blackberries. They're tiny but mighty. These fruits are packed with anti-inflammatory power, gentle on blood sugar, rich in antioxidants, and low in sugar. Most importantly, they boost circulation, especially in the legs, making movement easier and easing joint stiffness. You don't need a whole bowl. Next up, avocados. A fantastic fruit for joint health. Why? Because they're full of healthy fats that reduce inflammation and protect your joints. Plus, they help support insulin levels, too. That means steady energy without blood sugar swings. Looking for something easy to digest? Try papaya. This soft tropical fruit is loaded with enzymes that fight inflammation and support digestion. It's gentle on aging joints and won't leave you feeling bloated. Also, don't skip pears. Eat them with a little fiber or protein for a light, natural sweetness that won't spike your blood sugar. They give you energy without weighing your legs down. All these fruits support your body. They don't bloat you. They don't drag you down. They help restore balance, vitality, and peace. Exactly what you're looking for. It's not just about eating fruit. It's about choosing the ones that suit your age and your body's needs right now. And you'll feel it when you start making the right choices step by step. You'll move easier, feel looser, and start your mornings with more clarity. So, let's wrap up with a few thoughts, a bit of wisdom, and a message just for you. If you're still here, chances are you're thinking about your future. You're thinking about your health, your strength. So, hear me when I say this, it's never too late to change. You still have time to heal. And you're not alone. Getting older is tough. The aches, the stiffness, the fear of falling, they creep in. Sometimes it feels like your body is slipping away. But here's the truth. You can take control. Not with extreme measures, but with small, mindful steps. One meal at a time, one fruit at a time, one decision at a time. The fruits we talked about today aren't bad. They just may not be what your body needs anymore. And that's okay because aging doesn't mean giving up. It means getting smarter. You'll feel the difference when you start eating consciously, choosing foods that support strength, circulation, and flexibility. You'll wake up feeling clearer, move more freely, and feel more like yourself again. That's what this community is about. Not fear, not limits, but hope. And I'd love to hear from you. So now it's your turn. What did you learn today? What are you ready to change? Drop a comment below. We all grow when we share. If this video helped you or even just opened your eyes a little, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss anything that could impact your health. Turn on notifications before you leave. If this video helped, type 1 in the comments. If it didn't, type 0. Either way, your voice matters. Stay consistent, stay safe, and remember, your independence walks on your own 2 feet. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you.